So do you have any idea of what extraordinary resources you already are for the people that you're around? I mean, does it begin to become more apparent as to what a resource? I mean, this is just beginning of your third year, the end of your second year, somewhere in there. The resource that you are. Yeah. I don't know if this is on. Is this on? If we'll find out. Yeah, you're gonna tell about your mother.
So I was just asking about Mum. Well, we started talking about kids and education and went on from there. And so I was just saying about Mum, how she has really bad arthritis, and I'm watching her almost day by day lose that sense of the ground and her confidence in herself to do things, and her confidence to go out into the world and do things. And then the impact that's having on Dad as well, because then he doesn't want to leave her to go off on her own, and her ability to drive and all of that. So we were just talking about that.
So what is it that a person as they age loses? They lose dignity, but the dignity comes because they can't trust themselves in the environment, so that their sense of confidence is diminished in their ability to interact with the world. So is there anything we've done in the last week and a half that you could work with the people that you already know as to practice with, to help them with their sense of being safe in the world? Yeah. So we have two and many more clear things, but we have clearly the ability to help a person find proprioceptively and to enhance the sense of balance, because a person as they age, as the proprioceptive receptors diminish in capability and in number, then they have to be continually stimulated. So as you do these things with the person's foot and help them find their foot and help them find that they're safe, the ground, they can touch the ground and the ground is there for them, what does that internally provide for them in the sense of their sense of safety in the world? It's massive, yeah? And therefore, that erosion that takes place when you can't trust where you are in space, it's profoundly erosive. And it provides, it creates an internal sense of insecurity. So this whole process that we're working, this process that we've played with here, which is relatively benign, which is to just simply have a person be free to turn from one side to the other. What difference does that make to the person who's interacting with the world in such a way that they have a sense of safety and confidence and aplomb within themselves? It means how can the confidence they have in themselves be expressed? Yeah? So already you're becoming really important people to the lives of the people that you can work with. Yeah? It's already in your hands. It's already in your understanding of yourself. Okay. So you're gonna trade the same partner you did yesterday, and the process is, this is not a template. It's the process. Okay. This isn't like to remember this as something you're going to do with every person. It's not like that. It's just, how can I create the process by which, when I lift, I watch the person as they roll from one side, they roll, or how they sit, you watch them a little bit, and then you see, as we saw with Doris, thank you. So with Doris, that she surprised us, yeah, as to how she was organized relative to something that she sensed as an injury to herself. She built a whole way of moving around that injury that wasn't necessarily the easiest way for her. And so as that began to evolve, I think that probably at the end, her neck probably didn't bother her as much as it did in the beginning. We didn't check, but terrible. Yeah. And we worked so hard. We went through so many manipulations and chiropractic adjustments and deep massage lessons and everything. I'm being pejorative. but you can see that as soon as your system is safe, the means that you need, what you need to hold on to, the way that you attach pain to the activities that you do, does not have to be there. Yeah? Pain is attached to the necessity for the system to protect itself from further harm, for the most part. Yeah? And so when the person feels within themselves, experiences, senses that they have the stability and the availability, that whole attachment of pain within the system to protect them, the organism from further damage, begins to evaporate. It begins to drain. Okay, so the process is going to be lifting, sensing which way does their sternum move, finding for them which way is it easier for you to sit up, help them find the means to sit up more clearly, come back, wait a moment, and then help them move to the other side to make it more clear so that so it's not that they become symmetrical, it's that they have the ability to act symmetrically. Those are different. That's very different. And the ability to act symmetrically means the ability to act, inhibit, and act, inhibit, and act, and to continue to find pathways that didn't exist. And it requires the kind of slowness, and it also requires that they can observe, go back, find what they do easily, come back, refer, bring it to the side, make it so that it's easier, so that they can keep referring to what's easier. And it means continually helping them find better points of contact with the surface they're on over which to move. Because the system cannot turn on the musculature if the system does not have specific support. It will always turn on the musculature to maintain orientation based on the support that it has. That's clear enough? Okay, so please go and you can have time to go and play for a half hour or so. Huh? Fulcrum.